What's up, Gunpla modelers? This is Strutter Prime, back from the holidays. Hope everyone enjoyed it. I'd like to wish a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all my all my Gunpla modelers, all my subscribers on YouTube, and all my friends on Facebook. Happy holidays. I hope everyone enjoyed their holiday season with their loved ones and friends and family. I did too, of course. With the hoarse mouth, my throat not sounding pretty well. It's kind of hard to talk at this moment. Coming from a warm environment to a cold environment was not that very good at this moment. I'm taking some Theraflu to see if I can, feel a little bit better. I'll probably be out for a while, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to start doing what I like to do. But let's talk about the holidays. Hope everyone had a great time. I went to see my family in a different country. Some of you guys probably know where I went. I took some kits with me, and I built them over there. And I'll be doing a series of videos soon, which I will show off. I did see Star Wars: The Force Awakens, so I'm waiting for other people to see it so we can chat and blab and all that stuff. I hope everybody enjoyed that film. Other than that, I received a few gifts here and there. Got drunk, very, very drunk, and I'm back. All I can say is I'm back. What can I say? But no, just basically I'm back to do what I like to do. And we're gonna kick off this video with my year in review of all the kits that I made in 2015. And the one kit that I want to show off is the first kit that I began building in 2015, which is of course the perfect grade Unicorn Gundam with the LED lights. As you can see here, I made my Christmas tree here, and it took a long time building this. It was my first, my first perfect grade. Excuse me, correction. My second perfect grade, but my first perfect grade painting. It came out great. It came out so well that, of course, I won this. So I feel glad that I did, and I was kind of, I was like, nah, there were other guys who did better jobs than me, but I'm glad that this one won. And some people were saying, why didn't I bring it to Comic-Con? No. Trust me, this was not Comic-Con material. No. The one that was there at Comic-Con was a lot better than this. I'll say that. But regardless, I enjoyed this build, and I'm glad that everyone else at MosquitoCon enjoyed it as well, and I'd like to thank you all for supporting me on this cool little build of mine. So that was the first kit that I built for 2015. So the second kit that I made for 2015 was this, the Gamalius Warship Set number 2 from the Space Battleship Yamato 2199 animated series. It was something I wanted to build to take with me to MosquitoCon. Even though I brought some other kits, I wanted to build something else to compete in another category, into the science fiction ship category. And I thought this would be a cool idea to do this, especially with the aggressor colors that I did. Didn't come out the way I want. I mean, it did in one way or another, but the portions of it didn't come out right. Overall, it came out okay, and I liked it. Could have been done better. Plus, some parts broke off, so I was hoping something like this was gonna come out right. It came out good. This one, I like this one. This one didn't come out so much. The Yamato series has pretty much almost lost its momentum, even though it has its fan favorites. I'm hoping to see maybe, we'll get an announcement or so of maybe a second season of Yamato 2199. But regardless, this came out pretty good, and I really like the build. The next kit that I made was the D-style Arboles from the Full Metal Panic series. I picked this up from Hobby Link Japan a while back, and it looked like a really cool kit to build. Very simple. And I've never built none of the D style kits before. Whoops. It's a different take on the SD kits that Bandai makes, but regardless, it still looks really cool and very good detail for its size. It's also one of those few kits. I mean, Kotobukiya kits are pretty much almost pre-painted, but giving it a little bit more paint, give them more detail, you get more out of this kit. So it's a fun kit to build for those of you who are a big fan of the series. Next up is, of course, the high-grade Gundam Amazing Red Warrior from the Build Fighters Try animated series. When I built it, I decided to try something different, trying to use like the metallic coating red, like the from Elaclad. Came out pretty good in a way, not the best, but it was something unique, and I always wanted to try it. There are some seam lines, of course. I'm starting to perfect my technique on seam lining, but this one I didn't. I kind of screwed up on that, but no. Either way, it came out pretty good. It is, of course, a dust magnet. Any Elaclad 2 kits that you paint, any kits that you paint with Elaclad 2 is definitely a dust magnet, so you want to clean it up every now and then. But it came out pretty good either way, so I kind of liked how it came out. The next kit that I started working on was the 1/44 scale high-grade Wing Gundam Zero Hono with the Hono custom parts that came with the, I believe, the May issue of Hobby Japan. I really liked how this design came out, especially the colors, and I said, you know what, I like the way it came out, so I'm going to paint it in the way it's supposed to be, a little darker, a little bit more shading here and there. And even though I didn't do, the pre-shading didn't come out the way I want, using Gundam markers, the orange Gundam markers, giving it that extra little detail, plus some black black panel lining in the orange areas, it came out really, really nice. The blades came out good, and I really, really like the sword. On a side note, for those of you who probably did not know, and I wanted to do it as a surprise, I wanted to make an extra one of these parts, this, using a resin-based kit that I got at a hobby store. Unfortunately, I was trying to figure it out, and I didn't do it right, and I screwed up, so I opted out not using it. But regardless of the case, I really like how it came out. There are people out there who already purchased 2 of the Hono pack sets, the custom sets, so they can have 2 of the blades. I should have done something like that, but I said, you know what, how it is really good. And I have to say, it is one of my most successful videos on my channel for 2015. So I'm glad that people liked it and enjoyed it. And I really am proud of how this came out. It could have been a little bit better, but it was perfect enough as is. Well, 2015 wouldn't be a year of me building Gundam kits if I didn't build an SD kit, and getting the BB Lightning Gundam from the Build Fighters Try was pretty much an exception right there. It was not. I have a couple of kits that I have not built from the SD line, but getting this, I said, you know what? We just got off the heels from the series. It had a good momentum, and I kind of liked how this looked. It was pretty nice and simple and not that expensive. So I enjoyed building it. It's a pretty cool little kit. And I'm glad that a lot of people liked it as well. I really do. It's a shame that we're not seeing any more SD lines from the Build Fighter series. It'd be nice if we would have saw what was it? An SD Red Warrior, or what was it? What was another one? Or Transient Gundam. But for now, this guy is okay. The next kit that I started building was the Master Grade Dark Hound from, of course, the Gundam Age animated series. In a way, it is a simple, interesting looking kit. I was hoping for some high hopes about this kit, you know, but I was a bit surprised on how I wouldn't say basic, but technically uncomfortable to do the transformation. I know it can be done. It's just that maybe I'm not seeing it or not feeling it right on it. In reality, I had some high hopes. Really, really high hopes on this kit. It's not a bad kit. It's just a little hard to work with in one way or another. Unlike my previous a kit a long time ago that I made, which was basically the Victory Gundam, I probably would have run into trouble painting this and transforming it. Maybe I wouldn't have the problem that I had with the Victory, and you know, this would have been a little bit more tighter with the paint job. But I'm kind of glad I didn't paint it, because I would have probably felt a little frustrated trying to get the colors right or whatever. In a word, it is a really good looking kit, really badass. I would choose this over Victory anytime. I'm just a little disappointed on its overall construction, and the tediousness of me transforming it. So for now, it's going to stay the way it is, and it's a decent kit. It's a challenge for those of you who want a challenge, and I've seen many people do amazing work with this kit. Next up was, of course, the real grade 00 Riser from the 00 animated series. Like the Wing Gundam Hound, I really enjoyed how this kit came out and how it painted pretty well. It's nice solid colors, good detail, fine work. It was pretty much a perfect kit. I'm not knocking it. I really, really liked how it came out. I was trying to get these two parts here like molded together and then painted, but it's kind of hard to do that. And I knew that was never going to fly on because I was actually considering it as a secondary contender for the Gunpla Builders World Cup. That was, of course, before I knew that you could only bring one kit at the show. I even got the decals for this, and I wanted to apply it. I should apply it later on, but regardless, it's still a solid looking kit, good build. I had a lot of fun with this. Really did have a lot of fun. In a way, it kind of reminded me of the Master Grade version when I made it, and even though that Master Grade came out pretty good, I kind of enjoyed building this one far better than the Master Grade. I don't think I'm going to ever get my hands on a perfect grade, and I'm not going to promise you that I'll get that either as well. But nevertheless, this is for those of you who really want to try a real grade, this is the kit I would recommend you get. It's really good. Very good. Even though I don't think I built this kit on camera, actually I did build this kind of camera. I didn't make a segment of me building it. It was actually, I built it during a contest that I was doing, called the Petite Custom Build Bear Guy. I think that's what I said. I completely forgot. But I really said, let me build this. It's actually a fun little mascot kit that I have here on my desk. I was hoping to see people do amazing work. I guess I didn't catch the right momentum for those of you who like the Petite Bear Guy. Hopefully for this calendar year I'll do another custom contest build, and we'll try something a little bit different other than the Bear Guy. But the Petite Bear Guy is actually one of my favorite looking kits. So I'm kind of like it. Very nice. My next kit, of course, was the Master Grade Gundam Heavy Arms from the Gundam Wing animated series. I have a lot of Gundam Wing kits here, and I've been toying with the fact of which one I was going to make. But pretty much I knew I was going to have to make this guy. This is a really cool kit to build. I decided to go with metallic because I didn't promise everyone that I was going to do metallic builds for all the wing kits, and I'm going to stick to it. And this one came out really nice. Good color tones. The yellow clad came out right. Did a little bit of custom paint on the gun here and there. Some problems came out where it didn't constantly come out right in certain areas, but it's barely noticeable. But regardless of the case, it came out really nice, very nice. You know, we're all hoping for the fact that we want to see a heavy arms custom version where we can have the 4, you know, Gatling guns from the OVA series. I know that there's conversion parts out there and people are customizing it the way they want, but either way, I really enjoyed this build, and the colors came out right. So this is actually, of all my Alaclad builds, this one actually came out very well. Another kit that I started working on is the core ship, the Delusa second core ship from the Space Battleship Yamato animated series. This kit, of course, coming with the 2 fighters here. I painted it, and as you can see, I gave it a very good, how can I say this, like a pre-shading with black and then blue over it. It actually came out really good. I was impressed at it. I thought it was not going to come out right, but it came out pretty good. The panel lining came out right. The one thing that I'm a little kind of on the fence and disappointed that the bridge did not come out the way I wanted. It's not blue enough. It's not the right tone. I should have. There are certain things that I made a mistake, and I wish I could have gone back, but I'm gonna leave it the way it is. A lot of things were uncomfortable to work with, especially these little antenna things. You got to be very careful because they're very fragile, especially around here. So if you hold on to it, you got to make sure you don't grab it too hard, or you may accidentally break. I think I almost broke one part here on the fighter, but can't find it. Was it here, or was it this one? No, actually, no, I didn't. I thought I did, but yeah, the fighters came out pretty good. They're both in this too shiny green, but excellent blue. Came out really nice. On a side note, I was actually considering of putting an LED light in this and putting the LED light to illuminate this section here and then the bridge. But considering that it had a frame inside, it was too small, really too small to work with. There was a possibility of putting a battery pack on the base, but due to the issue of time, excuse me, I wasn't gonna fool around with that. So either way, it came out good. Next up is, of course, from the new anticipated movie that just came out recently, the Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens Millennium Falcon. This was a kit that I started to do a series called Force Builders, and it's very limited in run I'm going to do. But for my first kit that I did this guy, which is from Revell. And it's pretty much the same ship. The only difference is the rectangle radar dish and the unique sound effects, which is pretty good. Actually, hold on, let me. You know, so if you hit this, granted, this is not the best model out there, but it is pretty good for those who have, you know, sons or daughters who want to get into model building, who just saw the movie, and they say, "Dad, can you get me that?" And you know, you get it for them, and they'll enjoy it. It's very rugged construction, and it's good for kids under the age of 5 or 6. We're going to be seeing a lot more of these kits in a couple of months, of course, but for starters, I got this one out, and I hope, surprisingly, it is also one of my most popular videos of 2015 as well. The next kit I started building was the 144 scale high grade Genoace 2 from the Gundam Age animated series. This is the second generation Genoace unit for the second season. It's a far better looking Grunt Suit from the first season or series, or the first part of the arc. And it's a simple and easy kit to build. I would recommend this as a starter kit, and it's very cheap for those who want to get into building Gundam models. something to get your hands dirty, test out on new colors and new techniques, and it was a fun kit to build. It's very nice. I would recommend it for those who are beginning and want to experimenting on customization, painting, whatnot. Break it, put it together, make something unique. It's a perfect starter kit for anybody who wants to get into model building. The next kit I started to build was the real grade Gundam Zero EW custom from, of course, the Endless Walls animated series. I put a lot of time on this kit, and even though I had about a good month's worth of time, I put a lot of emphasis on its detail, on its look, on the appreciating everything. It came out really, for me, came out really nice. I put a lot of effort into it. Even though I thought it was good, I knew for a fact it wasn't. I do second guess myself, third guess myself, saying maybe this is the wrong color tone, maybe this is not the right way it came out. The detailing came out good. I just knew that certain things did not come out right the way it should have been. Regardless of the case, sometimes, I will say I would say I like more kits better than the kits that I make, that I put a lot of work in. I like it more because I put a lot of effort into it, and it is one of my favorite kits that I've built for 2015. I have a lot of kits that I made, but this one was my personal favorite because of how much effort that I put into it. It is a perfectly flawed kit to me, and I appreciate everyone's comments and likes for this. And I know there are people who don't like it, of course, and it's not for everybody. But either way, I liked it, and I'm kind of glad I didn't win, to tell you the truth, because if I won, I would have forfeited, because I had a vacation time coming up during the month of December. So I was like saying to myself, Jesus Christ, I better not win, otherwise I'm going to lose out on my vacation time. Continuing with the Star Wars theme of Force Builders, I purchased another another Star Wars kit from the Episode 7 movie. This is, of course, the First Order TIE Fighter. Like the original TIE Fighter, this one's a little different in aspects of here and these parts here, and of course the antenna here. And like the Millennium Falcon version, this comes with sound effects, which if you press on it, you have, of course, it's firing. You have the light effects. You have a weird whatever, and then this is actually my favorite. And for those of you who don't know what that sound is, that's what it sounds when the TIE Fighter is swooping past you. That's the sound effect, and I love it. I love this. It's really good. Very solid, sturdy, like the Millennium Falcon. So, obviously, we're going to be seeing more detailed versions of this from Bandai. But for now, I like this guy. The next kit I started working on immediately was, of course, the high-grade Gundam Barbados from the Iron-Blooded Orphans animated series. This is a refreshing take on a new series, pretty much hot off the heels of a series that just ended recently. But for starters, I would have to say this looks really cool. I tried to do pre-shading on this guy, and I wanted to do heavy pre-shading. I had problems with my airbrush. It wasn't, how can I say this, accurate enough and whatnot. And I try to see if I can emphasize on the pre-shading. You could see it, but it's barely visible. It's kind of hard to do it, especially at this scale. It's very small, very detailed, very slender. And I've seen guys on Gundam Guy and Gunjab do a far better work than I did. But either way, it came out okay. I liked it. Could have been better. Hopefully I can redeem this or do it a better job when I start working on the 1/100 scale version of this. But for now, this guy came out pretty good, and I was glad to finish up the detailing of, the shoulders. I didn't want to use stickers, of course. I used the markers, and yeah, the panel lining came out amazing. The next kit that I started working on was the 1/44 scale prototype Golf Tactical Demonstrator kit. But I wanted to paint it something different, even though the blue version of the Golf looked really good. I wanted to try this other colors that I had. I've had a lot of acrylic paint that's just sitting there collecting dust, and I said let me start working on those. Start using on acrylic based paint, and figuring out the color, figuring out the tone. This came out, and it came out pretty good. I was a bit surprised. I thought it was not going to come out the way I wanted. The challenge I had was, of course, the shoulders, and I'm going to have to credit Arboles, who sent me a rough draft on how to do this on the shoulder, because when I was trying to paint the shoulders, obviously there's a seam line there, and I wanted to get rid of the seam line. The only problem is there's a connector that connects to the shoulder, and once you connect that, there's no way to remove it and then put it back together, because if you start sanding and gluing it and it comes out fine, you can't take it off. So I opt out to do that. Just put the two halves together, melted the glue with the actual part in here, and then using Tamiya as a masking tape, covering up the parts, spray painting it, and then making sure they came out right. But Arboles sent a way of doing this without doing all that, and thank you. I'll have to I save that as in my PC, so that way if I ever come across a situation like that with another Zaku based kit or whatever, I'll use that technique. So thank you. But either way, this came out really good. I like it. It's a very good color design. For those of you who are new to airbrushing, and you always ask me questions, what paint I should they should use, or you guys should use, start off with acrylic based paint first. Get your feel on that. It's really good. It goes on smooth. It takes a while to dry, but the results are really good, as you could see right here. Another kit that I started working on was the Stark Jegan. What do you call that? The Stark Jegan. I always keep forgetting the term. The Stark Jegan high grade kit, the CCA MSV version by P Bandai. This was actually my first P Bandai or premium Bandai kit that I got from Gundam Planet. It was a good deal, and I always did like these these missile launchers and the nuclear missile pack or whatever. I think these are nuke missiles, I don't know. But either way, it came out really good. It had extra parts, of course, to put on the thrusters, on the bazooka, on all that stuff. But either way, I think I've had the original Jegan before, but I never purchased any future Jegans. I have the ECOS version sitting someplace around here. But for this is pretty good. I could have easily began painting this kit, but it was getting a little late in the year because I was preparing for vacation, and I was getting ready to paint my last kit, which will be this. The 1/100 scale Gundam Amazing Red Warrior, custom painted to look like Optimus Prime. This I really enjoyed painting. Other than my Wing Zero EW Custom, this one came out a lot better than I expected. I was under the distinct impression that it was not going to come out right. I was going to mess up on something, but overall, came out pretty good. I'm waiting for the decal so I could put it here. It's a regular water slide decal of the Autobahn insignia. I've seen people do. Somebody showed me on Facebook. Somebody did a better job than this, and I applaud them for that. So, congratulations. But for this, I really liked it. It came out really good. And I'm glad that everybody on my channel and on Facebook really enjoyed it. The Amazing Red Warrior pretty much screamed Optimus Prime when we all saw it, and I'm glad that I was at least, you know, had a part into making a unique kit like this. I haven't made that many Master Grade kits from last year. I mean, I made a few, but this one was actually my best favorite Master Grade kit to finish off 2015. And that's it. Here it is, all the kits that I've made for 2015. I've made a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and where did I put the 2 fighters? I just had it here a moment ago. Ah, you've seen that. So 21, 22, and 23. Here it is. I put it to the side without me knowing. 22 and 23. 23 model kits I have made for 2015. Not bad. I was expecting more. Or actually I was expecting far less. Because clearly when you start customizing and building kits, you put a lot of effort in it. And granted, some kits were quick, you know, like the Jegan, Dark Hound, the Lightning, and of course the Force Builder kits. But everything else was all painted, built, and done, and completed. So yes, I put a lot of work in these kits, and I wish in reality, I wish I could have put a lot more. Maybe a lot more time. I'm proud of some of the ones that I've done, and I wish I could have finished the others. Specifically one that I did show off that I wanted to make for Comic-Con. I'm still working on that. My Hulk Ballbuster. Maybe I'll have it ready for MosquitoCon. Who knows? But regardless of the case, this is all the kits I've done for calendar year 2015. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more Gundam models yet to come. You guys have a great year.